All right, everybody, Samori Benjamin back from a victorious Madison Square Garden for the St. John's Red Storm. New York City basketball fans, St. John's basketball fans can be excited tonight because St. John's has won the Big East tournament for the second time in 2 years, the first time in their history where they won the Big East tournament in back-to-back years. They also this season, they have won the Big East regular season title, which they did in a regular season. St. John's here tonight. They avenged a horrible loss against UConn about 3 weeks ago, where UConn embarrassed them in Connecticut after St. John's beat UConn earlier in the year here at Madison Square Garden. UConn 3 weeks ago, they beat St. John's 72-40. The 40 points was the fewest amount of points that any Rick Pitino basketball team ever scored, and St. John's, they rebounded from that, obviously, and they came into the tournament as the #1 seed, and tonight they beat UConn convincingly. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead. They never looked back. They won this game 72-52, and they are a team now that is going to be headed to the NCAA tournament, a place where they have not had success in a long time. Now, Rick Pitino, the head coach, has to give him all the credit in the world, along with the players, obviously, who were on the court. But Rick Pitino, 3 years ago, folks, when St. John's, they went to Rick Pitino to become the head coach. St. John's at that time had been a dormant, losing basketball program for over 20 years, and Rick Pitino, in 3 years, folks, in 3 years, he has now won 2 straight Big East tournaments and 2 straight Big East regular season titles outright. And last season, St. John's, they won their first tournament game in 25 years, but they were upset in round 2, which was very disappointing. Now this year, they are back at it, and they are going to try and go deep now, as they have not been to the Final Four since 1985. So St. John's, they are looking to continue this. Now tonight, Zuby Ejiofor, the captain, the big man, the best player on the team, he was named earlier this week Big East Player of the Year. So St. John's, in back-to-back years, they had the Big East Player of the Year. Last year it was R.J. Lewis. He is no longer here this year. And before R.J. Lewis won the Big East Player of the Year last year, St. John's had not had a Big East Player of the Year in 39 years, since 1986, when Walter Berry won the award. And Walter Berry was here this weekend to watch this, as he was last season. And Zuby tonight had a game high. He tied for a game high with Bryce Hopkins with 18 points. He had a team high 9 rebounds, and he had a Big East tournament game record 7 blocks here tonight. So he was just dominant as always, and we definitely can't wait to see what the future holds for Zuby, who next season will be moving on. So St. John's, folks, they will rest up tonight, enjoy this victory, and kick back tomorrow night and watch Selection Sunday and see who they play in the first round of the NCAA tournament that comes up next week. The big tournament, folks, it is going down for them, and St. John's, they have a chance to really do some special things here in the NCAA tournament. So Selection Sunday tomorrow, we'll see where they play. We're back.